So my time starts now, and thank you for coming. So I will be presenting what do GitHub repositories of Potsdam researchers tell us about quality and reproducibility of scientific software. Before coming to the slides, I want to make why the study. So until now we were only evaluating quality of software practices followed by researchers based on surveys and interviews most of the times, and based on that we are making recommendations to make software qualitative. And then coming towards, so we don't have a clear definition of what is a research software. So we tried a top-down approach of first collecting repositories of all the researchers. So in this study, we analyzed we categorize research software into two types. One is the organizational repositories, and one is the research repositories like PhDs, postdoc, academics. And so we collected repositories from GitHub organization repositories from these institutes and their research groups. So we found 28 research groups around Potsdam, and we scraped their open source repositories, which were around 1,000. And then we also scraped PhDs, postdocs, and researchers repositories, which were around 13,000 plus. So then we annotated them to research repositories and non-research repositories, because we want to evaluate software quality aspects of research repositories. So basically what we did while annotating research repositories is we found out which studies has citation, or their scripts are used for producing some scientific results, or reproducing existing scientific results on other data sets. Then we followed DLR software classification. One of he's here. So this classification to categorize research softwares into three classes. One with the minimal complexity and impact, which are personal use scripts. Then moderate complexity, impact, and some distribution, thesis, short-term projects, and complex long-term projects with distribution. So there are not defined definition what are application class 1, 2, and 3. So how we evaluated is based on GitHub, how many folks are there, how many stars are there, and if those kind of aspects, and also distribution in the sense if they have more contributors or a community around them. This we did manually, and then we found out most of the repositories that we annotated were zero, which are for personal use scripts, and then one a smaller portion, and two which has some distribution and also contributors. Then we on those repositories we ran how fair is, and we found no repositories with fair score of 5. So how fair is analyzes code if the code repository is open source, it has license, if it has community registry, if it has citation, and if it has checklist. So the most of the repositories with fair score of 4 were missing checklist, which is an infrastructure badge on GitHub. Then we followed 10 simple rules for scientific documentation, which suggests that having project information in the README. So all the organization repositories had information of their project in the README, which was missing in some of the projects for 0 and 1 for user repositories, which are researchers. Then we also this was done for only Python and R repositories. Then we also look for if there is a usage guide or help command if it is a command line application. So as you can see, like most of the user repositories were missing on usage guide and help commands if it's a command line application, but it was quite okayish in the organization repositories. Then we also evaluated installation instructions. If there's presence of installation instructions in the repositories to install the software. We did not go into like qualitative stuff, but we only checked if there is an installation instruction, like quantitative evaluation. Then we evaluated if to make us understand what is a research software or what the script is doing, a brief comment at start of program is recommended. So how we annotated it as like none for if a project has like 25 less than 25% of scripts which has start comment at the start. Some for if the project has like 25 to 50% of the programming files in the project which has comment at start. If it's more than 75, we annotated it most. So results are for organization repositories. You can see that they have a comment at the start of program to describe what the script is doing, which was missing in research user repositories. Then we also evaluated if the repositories has GitHub actions implemented to automate some of the tasks, such as linters or test cases. So we only checked like if there is presence of GitHub actions. Yeah, and so until now we have a collection of like 13,000 plus repositories, user repositories, and 1,000 plus organization repositories, which are research groups. So we want to extend that collection to research data management Brandenburg, universities associated with them. So we could extend our pipeline more and also annotate some more quality and reproducibility aspects for FAIR for RS for those repositories. I think that's for now.
Thank you.
Questions?